Welcome, guys.
Well, hello.
This is,
I guess,
a trial episode.
trial bonus.
Bonus round
Should
episode.
we call this a bonus round?
Bonus round, or I guess maybe bonus round. Maybe bonus round.
Maybe bonus round. Bonus round.
So this is a trial.
This is a trial.
We're gonna do that. Make sure that we don't go too long.
Do something new.
We're gonna try a Moviecast.
Moviecast.
Instead of a podcast, we're just gonna talk purely about movies.
Purely movies. It's just myself.
That's your thing.
True.
Movies are your thing.
True. But we also have you. We don't have Matt today.
No,
So
I think we might keep this one smaller.
I think small.
Smaller.
Is good.
That way we don't have too much crossover. Just a little bit.
This is the spin-off
Just a little bit.
from the main thing.
Say hi, Axon. You have a mic this time.
I do indeed.
There we go. So you can hear Axon nice and loud in your ear holes.
How did that feel, viewer?
All right. So
We have a bunch of movie news.
that's not what we covered in the podcast.
Not what we've covered on the show. Spinning off from episode 10, which you would
It
have...
was 9.
Oh, shoot. Episode 9.
9B. 9B.
9B, which you would have viewed already.
Maybe.
And you're
If
like,
not,
I needed something else, a little extra after that episode. I wasn't quite fully fulfilled.
satisfied.
Satisfied. Satiated. We have some more extra movie news. So, beginning off, we have some Civil War news.
Civil War.
Civil War! Civil War. Civil War! So, this should get your gears going. So, what do we have?
So Martin Freeman's role has been revealed.
Very cool. And who will Martin Freeman be
I
playing?
actually have no idea. I haven't looked at this
I
yet.
believe he is businessman number 776.
Is he? Is he not? Is he not like a hobbit walking through the background,
No, I hope. I mean, I'm hoping.
or just a guy with a really bad mustache?
just has like what his last name is just Watson. So Martin Freeman
will be playing Everett Ross.
Everett Ross, a U.S. government employee and supporting character of Black Panther.
Oh, that's cool.
So
So
that's-
he's like,
He's like Black Panther's like
I don't know what they call it. It's
pimp.
not a pimp. Mediator between
Mediator,
because
it's like-
Black Panther is from
Wakanda.
Wakanda, and he's obviously going to be not in Wakanda for Civil War.
So while Black Panther is clawing out people's eyes,
And
Martin Freeman is stepping in and saying, "Oh, this is why we need to take these drastic measures. This is why we do these sorts of things." So I don't know. What do you think about Everett Ross? Would you have liked to see Martin Freeman play? Maybe he is a secret superhero. Maybe
maybe
he's really.
I ask me again when we see Doctor Strange and
Would
Black
you-
Panther, and then we see the interaction between Doctor Strange and Ross Everett.
Is it who's Doctor Strange? Is it Dormammu or something like one of the hellish supervillains, right? Like sort of like Ghost Rider, but like a ghostly, or what, like one of Ghost Rider's
No,
villains or something, like some secret like.
you say Ghost Rider, and I can only ever think of Nick Cage now.
Well, Marvel have Ghost Rider back, so they could.
Do they?
They do.
Oh no.
They do. So
No
anything
more.
is possible in this day.
No more, please.
Not the bees.
Bring back Nick Cage.
Nick
If you
Cage.
bring back Nick Cage.
Bring
just
back Nick Cage, please.
So what else? You've got Crossbones.
Yes, so we had our first photo of Crossbones show up. So
That one. Just that.
yeah. So we like people had known Crossbones.
Yeah.
Would be in it. Like he was announced, but this
I mean, I talked about this like a couple of episodes ago. when I was saying it has Crossbones got an official release because it was in the PlayStation exclusive DLC.
Oh,
Or,
for Lego Avengers?
Yeah, Lego Avengers,
Mm.
which is kind of cool.
Mm.
I'm not sure what I think of the look of him. He looks kind of cool.
It looks, I mean, that's
He
like,
kind of,
that's how Crossbones has always kind of looked.
yeah,
There's not a whole lot you can do to a design.
Yeah.
Like, it's a dude, black mask, skull. You know.
Oh, it's Brock Rumlow. Oh, all right, that's right.
Rumlow, yeah. So, yeah, I think it's all carrying on.
So is he
he's
still
tired.
Hydra?
I think, yeah, he's still, Hydra villain, Crossbones.
She just clicked who Brock Rumlow is.
Brock Rumlow, yeah. So,
He's a very handy character in Lego Avengers. He's got
Lego
because he's both Shield and Hydra, so you can do the double up.
of course.
The controversial ending.
Controversial. Which I'm like, considering they have Crossbones in the film. I mean, it's all speculatory at the moment. So whether they decide to follow,
Are they talking about making Sam Wilson Captain America or Bucky? Are we talking about having the first black Captain America on screen? Or
and just see how, I mean, like, what Marvel's already retired Sam Wilson as Captain America, I think, in the comics, and they've with the reboot they've started with the new universe that they've done in the comics. They've started again. They're like, okay, that was nice for a while, but we checked that box off.
we got the token black guy.
Yeah, we had a black Captain America, so
I do want Sam Wilson to be Captain America.
It'd be nice, but I think there was actually
Anthony Mackie. Yeah,
Mackie,
he's a fantastic actor.
because he he's brilliant. I think they had an interview with him a little while during this sort of promotion. I think I think he had a new movie coming out called 999 or something. And he was saying, they asked him, would he enjoy having his own standalone flick as Falcon? He said, as Falcon, no. I mean, like, Falcon at the moment is good as, like, a supporting character to Captain America, and that sort of makes sense. Which is, like, sort of the same I've always felt with, like, Black Widow and Hawkeye. I'm like, they serve better as supporting characters.
Well, I mean, they've both got interesting backgrounds themselves.
That's it. But I think...
Especially original Hawkeye, where he's deaf. Very... I mean, there's there's lots of great... Yeah. I was talking more in one of the interactions with Deadpool and Hawkeye. Deadpool lifts up his mask so he can lip read. So there's those great little interactions. I don't know.
But yeah, like, I feel like we've gotten those backstories in the Avengers films, and I think that's honestly all you need.
Yeah, Age of Ultron was basically Black Widow origin story.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Hawkeye in it. We did. I like how touched on it, but like, how much more are you going to go into it?
Yeah, you can't really go into Russian, brainwashing that much more.
But it's like, it's been like, it's because it's like.
And all the shit that happened, that she actually got married and all that.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well,
like, you've
that's
seen it. Like,
that's still comic. That's not civil MCU. That's comic book.
But insane that it's not part of her backstory because they haven't shown it. It's like,
But I feel like you've seen all you need to know, because, I mean, like,
They're never going to greenlight
God, no.
Black
No.
Widow. So
like, they have.
Age of Ultron was Joss Whedon's love letter to Black Widow.
It
Really.
was really cool, like, kind of like.
Well, he
teasing
was. He did want Captain Marvel in that film,
Yeah.
and
He
they
wants.
said,
Joss Whedon pushes for a lot of stuff.
which, I mean, again, like, I still feel like, I'm like, well, Marvel's still got all these female characters that they haven't even begun to touch on, and like once, I mean, like, Captain Marvel is, I would put her next to, like, Wonder Woman. She's like, in terms of like Marvel's caliber and, like, tiers and all that sort of thing. Like, she's got the powers of almost, Superman. Like, she's nearly invincible. So, like, give that character a chance to shine. You've got all these so many other characters to go on.
All right, so we got Suicide Squad sequel.
Yes. So I mean, it's basically talks of the sequel in early development, which is, I mean, it's normal. I mean, if you're sort of banking on like a franchise, it's like, I mean, like Marvel had Guardians plans like when they were making the first Thor and Cap films. They were planning it from then, and they hadn't even announced that they were making that film yet. They were like, hey, this, we're going to start working on all these films now. We're going to get these, cards on
putting all your affairs in order.
Yeah, we know like Marvel's got films planned out to 2028. Yeah. They've got all these films in development. It's like it's a normal process for that sort of thing. It's like, okay, well, Suicide Squad does well, then at least we've got something in the works. So I mean, I think it'd be. Well, I mean, I'll wait to see Suicide Squad. There was an article today that I didn't get to put in. It was Margot Robbie talking about Harley Quinn from the new film. And I was talking about, because apparently she's got all these different costumes in the film. So we've only seen, in the trailers.
The Daddy's Little Girl one?
Yeah, we've only seen that, which is the new 52 costume, and the Harley and Quinn's the flashback. Yeah. Like when she's a doctor.
So Justice League.
And just so continuing on from that, she actually did talk about they actually had tried on the court jester Harley Quinn, the actual. So they're trying out different costumes, and she's like, I actually would like to try the court jester one at some point in the future, making it practical and all that sort of thing.
All right, so Justice League filming dates announced.
Yeah.
Flash and other costumes.
Yes. So actually, I'll bring up this image. I think it's in this one here. So, yep. I keep doing that. So this is cool. I mean, Warner Brothers are doubling down. They're going, look,
So this is different Flash from the TV series.
TV series.
So no more Grant Gustin.
Well, not for the movies, but people have actually been the people in charge of these films have actually been making the point more and more now that, DC are known for a multiverse. Keep that in mind. So there's a chance that these things, if you want these things to cross over down the track, then there's a chance they could cross over. I think it's smart keeping them separate because, it gives a bit of freedom, creative freedom for what you want to tell with these sort of characters. So if you want to do one certain story of the Flash in the show, or you can sort of do something else in the film. And the thing is, like TV's made on a far lower budget than these big blockbuster films are. You can do a whole lot more. I mean, even though the Flash has had extraordinary CGI for a TV show, but I think there would be. I'm happy having a different Flash because there's going to be that leap in quality.
Are they going to multiverse it and bring the TV over at any point, do you think?
I think if it needed to get to that, then I would imagine they'd play with that. Like we're getting next month the crossover. Oh, actually no, this month. Later this month we're getting the crossover with Supergirl and the Flash. So they've been tinkering with, because the Flash has always been about different universes and that sort of thing. So I think it's the deal is he runs into Supergirl's universe or something. And so you just sort of branch off from that. You go, okay, well if he can go into the Supergirl universe, or if he can go into an alternate universe with different Flashes, then there's nothing stopping them connecting up.
Okay.
Movie verses, and they even teased when they did the crossover. So the going into Earth 2 on the Flash, they actually had a little clip from the 90s Flash TV series saying, "Oh, that's an actual separate
canon?
universe. That's canon. That exists in its own universe." So they're like, it opens doors in a way. It's like, anything is possible. Anything can be a part of this multiverse.
Okay.
So which is kind of interesting. I am looking forward to the Justice League. I'm thinking more for the fact that it's giving diversity to these kinds of films, where it's like, as great a job as Marvel have been doing, I think last year we got our first taste of potential fatigue with Ultron, where we started seeing these sort of like creaks in how some of these films are made. Like we had, the issues with Joss Whedon on board, and I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that Civil War will be amazing, but I think you start getting, when the things start getting to be, the mass produced sort of.
Was it the fatigue from Marvel per se, or was it from Fox's reboot of the Fantastic Four?
It could be that. It could, if I had to show that to anyone else, like I would not be surprised if they just wanted to run out the room and just burn everything that they own. Because why live in a world where you have to share with that film? But yeah, I feel like, I think people agreed that they didn't feel the connection as strongly with Ultron than they did with the first Avengers.
Well,
Like there was I don't know. I felt like there was something a little off.
I feel like
with
that
it.
was because Joss did try and push for a lot of other stuff. Like
It
we
was
did see
very-
that weird
Yeah.
Thor scene that got cut. Apparently that was like a 10-15 minute scene that was by itself.
Because it's setting up for other movies is part of it. That
Yeah,
Mm.
it's still setting up. So I feel like having this continuous universe has put a little bit of strain on it
Yeah.
by them saying we need to constantly be setting up. We need to stick for that. We need to stick to this. I mean, Joss obviously said, all right, well, if we're going to stick to this, we should include this. And I think a lot of people said, well, no, that should be a Thor film. And he goes, well, this is a Thor film. Thor is not just a cameo. It is a
Yeah.
film with him in it. Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, you get, Marvel are what, 11, 12 films into
Yeah.
their universe at the moment, and you'll start to notice things pop up in these films now, where you go, oh, I've kind of seen this before, or these sorts of we'll still watch them, we'll still see them, and we'll still enjoy them, but they will be sort of mass produced, so you'll start to see things be a bit similar in a way.
Which will
Yeah.
exactly mirror the comic books.
Exactly.
So that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
So BvS, Batman vs Superman, sat for $100 to $140 million in the opening weekend. We've had a very long discussion about this.
Not on camera.
Not on camera.
We haven't had a
And I
discussion
think
on camera.
that's probably its own movie cast
I could
or
go
podcast
on
in
about
itself. From what little math I've done, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's,
I think that's on the slight side of optimism as well.
yeah.
I don't think Batman vs Superman is going to be inclusive as Star Wars
No.
Force Awakens, which is
No.
what people are aiming for. That is the top. That is how much you want to be making in your first opening weekend.
Yeah. But, that's...
Didn't Deadpool beat that?
oh, not
No.
No.
No,
not Force
Deadpool
Awakens.
made 17 million or something.
there
I
was some record, but it wasn't Force
It made records with its
That-
R rating.
Yeah.
It was the highest grossing R rating film.
Yeah, it was 150 million opening weekend in the States. And for an R-rated film,
Yeah.
that's insane. That's huge.
So, Ironcast,
Iron
is
Fist
cut-
cast.
Iron Fist, that's the next set of the Defenders series?
Yeah, so they've cast Finn Jones, who was on Game of Thrones. He was, what's her name? Natalie Dormer. Natalie.
Portman.
No, from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Natalie Dormer, is that her name? The actress, Natalie.
Sansa.
No, not her. The one that marries Joffrey.
yeah.
Her. In the show, her brother, I think, the gay one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been cast as Iron Fist in the Netflix.
I should say.
Isn't Natalia not?
Best known for his role as Sir Loras Tyrell.
Tyrell, yeah. The
Oh.
Tyrells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of the name.
I know, I'm just, yeah.
He was looking at you for a name. That's
Yeah, I know.
like,
all right. So Ghostbusters got its reboot trailer.
I'm not feeling this at all.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm
I-
not feeling it. Like, people are banging on. They're like, "You're hating it because it's all women." It's like, no, 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 no. We're hating it because it looks like a piece of shit. Okay, that's like, you can watch like this Ghostbusters trailer, then watch the original. Look at the charm. Look at everyone buzzing off of each other. You look at this. No one fucking cares about what they're doing in this trailer. It's like nothing that none of the charm, none of
Are you saying this as a long-time Ghostbusters fan? When was the
Yes.
first time you watched Ghostbusters?
I don't know, 6, 7,
When was the most recent time you watched Ghostbusters?
probably 3 years ago.
All right.
3 years ago.
I watched it.
Like a month ago.
No, I think it was late last year. I think it might have been November last year.
Okay.
That's a very slow film.
You reckon?
It is a very slow. That's still like learning. What's it called? Media. Typecasts.
Typecast.
What's it?
What? Hang on, what do you mean?
So if you've got text, you've got
What textbook characters you mean?
no, like
Medium.
yeah, kind of like medium, like
Port.
so you've got what you see on screen, you've got like your text, you've got what they're showing you, and what your sound is. They're the three main ones, and I remember it from media, but I can't remember what the hell it's called.
I'm drawing blanks, but yeah.
it's very slow.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, like,
it's
yeah.
very slow. It's very anticlimactic as well.
Do you reckon?
I feel like there was a lot of like, oh, it's at stake, and maybe back then it was
Yeah,
a
I mean,
little bit
yeah.
more like.
As in, like,
Nowadays,
yeah.
the way the stuff is built up, the way stuff is portrayed on screen, you can get away with saying less and showing more,
Yeah.
which is what they didn't have a lot of back then.
That's it. I mean, for an 80s film
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
Context of the times, I mean,
It's-
as a kid, watching the Stay Puft Man, lay waste. Like that was insane. Like,
Yeah.
watching I was terrified of the demon dogs, they're like running out of portals and everything.
I mean, it's the same as if you go back and watch the original, like, first episode of Doctor Who. There's a lot of explaining, like, it's an hour and a half of explaining the plot with 10 minutes of actual stuff.
It's just, yeah. I think,
So,
yeah, I think the issue with it is like there are fans that are going, we feel like it's more of a cash grab rather than a project that you're putting
yeah.
thought and effort into.
So Pacific Rim 2 lives,
It's back
and it's got
from the dead.
again
Well, it was
Again.
comatose for a while.
and comatose, and it's got the dead devil showrunner as the director.
Yes, so
that's Stephen DeKnight?
Stephen DeKnight. So
and
he
he replaces Del Toro.
yes. So Del
Which is-
Toro's dropped out. I think he's doing
Too many other
a
things.
million other things.
He's working with Kojima.
Working with Kojima. He's back with Kojima. So he's got a million other things going on. But I mean, this guy. I mean, he directed the I think the first 2 episodes of Daredevil, which I would argue are the best episodes from that series. Particularly the the hallway fight. But like,
Yeah. The
so-
hallway fight was awesome.
so give it to him.
Yep.
Try.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt drops out of Sandman.
Okay.
Sandman movie, like the one that they weirdly mashed into Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 3.
What was that guy's name? That
Thomas?
who was the
Hayden Church or something?
yeah, and he was. I
was
recognized
he?
him. I
He was
recognized him
in-
from
he was in
George
Dad-
of the Jungle.
Yes, and
He
he
was
was
in
in.
George of the Jungle.
I saw him in Daddy's Home. He
But
popped up in Daddy's Home. I was like, "What are you doing in Daddy's Home? Why?"
He was said to star and direct the film.
Yes. So he was actually attached to this film for a few years. It was originally at Warner Brothers. It's a Vertigo title. So I think Sandman. It's sort of to do with this character Morpheus, and he's the Lord of Dreams. So It's sort of it's all sort of about dreaming and these dream worlds and dream entities and that sort of thing. So it's very it's written. It was created by Neil Gaiman, he's an American author now.
Yeah, I've seen his name pop up.
But it's a very hard. So I was thinking you might know Neil Gaiman. He's written quite a few titles. Yeah, like he's done horror and I think he's done like a book. I think he did a book called American Gods or something, and a few other novels as well. But yeah, it's a very hard title to sort of nail down. But when Warner Brothers announced that they were going all in on the DC, their DC films, they moved a lot of their Vertigo titles. So Vertigo is their adult line of comics. They moved them over. Hellblazer.
Yeah.
So yeah, Swamp Thing and
Constantine.
Constantine.
Yep.
So they all got moved over to New Line Cinema, which is their sister studio. And so apparently since the move over to New Line, there's been issues with Joseph Gordon and that, so that's why that's fallen apart.
So Punisher TV series is just a rumor.
Yeah.
That he's a original part of the Defenders.
He is, yes. And he was a part of the Thunderbolts as
Yeah.
well.
So that's not coming through Netflix at all.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
I imagine that Marvel are just going, oh, let's just get the Defenders out of the way. Let's, we're about to do Iron Fist. After that, we'll look at doing, Punisher or Moon Knight or whoever.
You'd think that they'd have that already planned, but
They probably do, and they're just like, just do some
it's
shit.
just rumors.
Okay.
So we talked about this briefly. Venom is going ahead at Sony, but
Yeah.
it's not related to the new Spider-Man whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm still pissed about it.
It's a terrible idea.
I would have loved for him to just introduce the symbiote. If like the Avengers are going into space, introduce this symbiote in space, bring it back with Peter Parker, do the black suit storyline in a future
Hulk's
Spider-Man
supposed to have Planet Hulk coming up
at some point.
So maybe we'll see that
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Venom done properly for once.
for once. New Predator film with Shane Black, the director of Iron Man 3.
Down for this?
Not my favorite Iron Man.
No.
I mean, the
mind
this Marvel one-shot, All Hail's the King, kind of redeems itself for some of the bad choices made in the film.
Yeah.
I mean, creatively, I understand why I did it. Didn't really come across that great
No.
watching it.
See like the meta thing with this is Shane Black was in the original Predator. He actually acted in the original Predator. So I mean, I'm kind of hoping there's a little in joke there. Moving on. Fox.
Two Fox Marvel movies released with dates, possibly Gambit or Deadpool 2.
Yeah. So
Even though at the end of Deadpool we heard no Deadpool 2, not happening.
And then the day after Deadpool was released, oh, surprise, there's going to be a Deadpool sequel, and Cable's going to be around, and rah, rah, rah. So everyone knew that. Yeah, I think that came with the news.
Why? I don't know why. Why Gambit? They had
I don't know what they're going to do.
Black Eyed Peas, Will I Am. That made no sense.
Oh no, that was that Taylor Kish or something. Some other dude. Was
Are you
playing.
sure?
Yeah, he
Gambit?
played someone else played Gambit in X-Men Origins, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Taylor's someone.
I thought it was from Black Eyed Peas.
I know will.i.am was in that movie. I just don't know why.
Yeah. So Big Hero 6 is not getting a sequel. It's continuing as a TV series.
Which
I mean, How to Train Your Dragon is currently doing that.
yeah.
They had a couple of TV series, then the How to Train Your Dragon 2. They've got
Didn't Angry Birds have a TV series as well?
Yep,
Angry Birds is getting a movie as well.
And is getting a movie very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, currently How to Train Your Dragons is being picked up by Netflix.
Oh, how's it now?
That's the TV series. I don't know what that means in terms of DreamWorks and how they run and own everything.
Yeah.
But
well, I think like DreamWorks is all independent these days. I think like they've got a movie deal at the moment with 20th Century Fox, I think, and Fox are the ones that release all their movies these days. But yeah, I don't see it.
So there's a Jump Street crossed
I don't
with
know
Men in
why.
Black coming through from Sony.
I don't
Another
know.
bad, maybe another bad
Just-
decision by Sony.
I think a horrible. Well,
To be honest, if they're going to cross over Men in Black with anything, I want to see it in the Marvel universe, as it is a Marvel property.
true. But the thing is, they've, even though, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones are, the stars of those films, they're not returning for this one. I mean, we're getting the Jump Street characters coming back, so we're getting Channing.
Is it just a Jump Street parody? Just straight up parody?
I just unless they're gonna do like a parody, that was the thing. 22 Jump Street parodied the sequel, so unless they're gonna try and parody the crossover or something,
It's the new
what
wave
they're
of
gonna
scary movie, epic movie kind of bad
can
releases.
we toss in at once?
So we haven't even seen the first Assassin's Creed movie, and there's a sequel.
Yeah,
Like you said before,
yeah, it's
that's a lot riding on this film being successful.
yeah. So they're either really
I
confident.
mean, that's a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes considering the main lead. What's his name?
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, he
Young,
came
young
out.
Magneto.
He came out and said, "I've never played an Assassin's Creed game before. I kind of only just looked into it." That bodes well.
That works very well.
Another possibly bad game related movie, Thief.
Why?
Why? I think I ended up buying that game like 3 times trying to get it to work.
And yeah.
Yeah, it's I regret every purchase. I threw way too much money at that for just nothing. To wrap it up.
Yeah, to wrap it up.
To wrap it up,
So,
Ronda Rousey wants to play Samus Aran. Aaron?
Samus Aran.
Aaron? Aran.
Why in the world?
Aran.
Samus Aran.
Samus Aran. Space Warrior.
Well, she did do a lot of running.
And Ronda Rousey has a lot of balls.
Well, I don't see why not. I don't know. The only thing I might question is
I mean, if they
Ronda
want
Rousey's acting ability.
I mean, if they want the film to be a winner, they're looking in the wrong place. I don't.
Well, if
Hey.
you want the film to be over within a couple of minutes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think
I don't think
Nintendo's
that's
ever going to do another live action after
anything.
that Super Mario Brothers.
Like if they
They-
wanna do movies with a fucking Disney or something, just go and do it. That's fine. But
Yeah, keep it animated.
yeah, just keep it animated. That's fine.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
that wraps up our movie cast.
Bonus round.
Significantly shorter than our regular podcasts. I'm Matt.
Sure. I'm Matt. I'm Axton.
And I'm Ben.
And
Jono. And
I think this has been successful.
I think this has been successful. You can follow us on Twitter, all that sort of jazz.
Yeah, subscribe to us
'Cause I
on
don't think we did that in the
YouTube.
last one.
No, we didn't. We didn't wrap it up. All right, subscribe to us on YouTube. We need those 500 subscribers to get our YouTube handle. Please, we want it. It looks pretty. Like us on Facebook, which I assume you may have found us through there. Follow us on Twitter. I don't know about the rest of them. I post fairly irregularly, bit more than others. See you next time.
See ya.